Hi, Mr. Whitney back here with you. I want to talk about light and shadow, and this is going to be a different kind of art lesson. I am not going to do drawing for you today. Really draws it out. So I want to talk to you about shadow within art and looking at perspective and going through value scales. If you were in the classroom with me, I'd spend quite a bit of time drawing out. So a value scale, you start off with your lightest color, whatever you're using to draw with, all the way down to your darkest. These you create by developing squares in whatever medium you're using. So, for example, if I'm using a pencil, I'm going to go through and have white in this square versus, let's see here, more of a all the way down to being black. Here's different ways of doing it. So, hatching means just scribbling lines across, going through. So just scribble, scribble, scribble back and forth versus cross hatching, which means lines this way and lines this way. So you go light all the way down to super dark. Stippling, which is drawing dots, pixelation, a few dots here, more, all the way down to lots of dots. Then there's scribbling. Scribbling's a fun one to go through and do. It's actually one of the hardest ones to do because you're going to want to lightly scribble, scribble a little bit darker, scribble a little bit darker. I suggest starting with pencil. Pencil's the great best way to create your value scales. This divides up into quite a few value scales. I typically do my value scales. I do about 4 or 5 different ones all the way up. That's where my artist level is and my artist eye, as well as my creating. So I wanted to show this scales way more drawn out there for you so you can see that. The reason why you want to use this shadowing though here is to be able to draw shadows in your drawings. So you can take your shadows, for example, a pencil, and taking and drawing depth into your shadowing. This is one of those things that I teach kids and share, and I'll show. And like I said, with this book, I always feel I'm horrible at doing shadowing, but students come back to me time and time again, and they're like, Mr. Whitney, look at this. So again, I can teach it. It's not one of those things I feel strong about doing. Shadows with spheres, another challenge. So taking any circular object and then getting the depth to it. We take the circle, shadowing in, putting the shadow down on it. So versus we got the drawing. Here's a completed one with the background. You can spend hours shading and going through and making something look realistic by just using shadowing and putting that depth in there. I encourage you to give it a try. Try the simplest of shapes. I myself go through. Oh, here we go. So simple shape, toilet paper roll. If you don't have a shortage of toilet paper, I'm sure you don't have a shortage of rolls at least. So toilet paper roll, just standing it up, drawing what you're looking at using your artist eye, drawing the cylinder out, putting some shading into it, some depth. Even the roll of toilet paper you could end up doing there. Doorways, again, shading in. Again, adding this depth. We start off with a simple picture all the way down to we can see. Shading is an art. My favorite, apple or a piece of fruit, take it, just plant it down in front of you, draw with it as you feel comfortable. So there we go. That is the shading exercise. I look forward to seeing what you draw with it.